Well, hello and welcome again to the Pastor Study. We're going to go through our journey in James, and we're up to verse 6, and it says here, but he must ask in faith. Now it says, we just said in verse 5 that if we lacked wisdom, if we didn't understand, we should ask God. But, and that's a contrast, but when we're asking, James is writing, we need to ask in faith. Now what does that mean to be asking in faith? It means to be asking, believing that God can and will provide us with the guidance and wisdom that we need. Because in there he says, without any doubting. Because when we doubt, we're going back and forth. Can God do this? Can't God do this? Will God do this? Won't he do this? Back and forth, just like the waves of the ocean going back and forth, just like the surf comes into the ocean and then goes rolling back out and then comes back in and goes rolling back out. And James says, no, you need to believe that God can provide an answer. You know, one of the things that we need to understand when we're going to God and when we're learning through our trials and our tribulations is that God does have a reason for allowing things into our life. There's a purpose for what's going on, and he doesn't want us to be without information, without knowing. He's not just going to blindly take us through something and say, well, hope you can figure it out, ha ha ha. No. Just like when as a parent you're teaching your children, you're teaching them, you want them to learn. You don't do something and just kind of, well, I hope you get it. I hope you understand. Or when you make them stand in the corner, you discipline them in some fashion. You go, well, I hope you learned your lesson. No, you teach them what they did wrong. Yes, you may implement some discipline, but it's part of teaching them what they did wrong so they don't repeat it. And James is saying, go to God and ask, believing that he will give you that answer so you're not tossed about. Because he says, for a man ought not to expect that he can receive anything from the Lord, being double-minded. You know, you've got to be understanding that God is God. Not, well, maybe God's in charge, maybe he isn't. No, understand God is God. Go to him, and he will give you that wisdom that you need. Until next time in the Pastor Study, I'm Ray Bertolette saying goodbye, and may God richly bless.